Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. What's going on? What's going on? Hold up. Hold up. That shit gonna take too much time. What up? What up, y'all? What's going on? How we feeling? How we feeling? This is Marcus Rosa, aka MAZUMA TV, back at y'all with another live, man. How we feeling today? We got some things that we currently need to discuss that's going on in the boxing world. We're gonna talk about Richardson Hitchins and Jermaine Ortiz possibly being in jeopardy, and some inside information that I had got recently. We're gonna talk about Jaron Ennis, Vergil Ortiz having some type of money drama in the building, and of course, we're gonna get into Keyshawn Davis stating that he may possibly fight at 147 next. Then, of course, we're going to get into some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,200 mark. Shit, we probably like 9 subs away from the 3,300 mark. Shout out to the nation in the mob for making this possible, man. If you guys did not check out the live last night, we put together our second, I think it's like our second MAZUMA TV award ceremony. You know what I'm saying? We broke it down, man. The final results are in. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen for y'all to see, just in case you didn't tune into the live. Our final results for, the award winners of the year, what happened to be promoter of the year being Eddie Hearn, yet again. You know what I mean? Back to back with it. My division of the year, super middleweight, 168 pounds. Trainer of the year, Bomac and Staff. You know, considering that huge win he got with Terrence Crawford, and in my opinion, I thought that was enough to get it. Card of the year, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. That card was, a.k.a. the David Benavidez, Anthony Yard card. Drug cheat of the year, we're going to have to give that to Johnny Beck for cheating against the oldest active champion in boxing. Prospect of the year, Scooter Davis. He's been looking absolutely phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next in his career. Comeback fighter of the year, of course, that would be Devin Haney, considering what he went through and how he was able to prove everybody wrong in his latest fight and becoming a world champion against Brian Norman Jr. Boogeyman of the year. Performance of the year. That's definitely going to Terrence Crawford. Need I say more? Boogeyman of the year, we giving that to David Benavidez, man. The way that, Dimitri Bivol had gave up a world title not to fight him, not getting any opportunities at 68. Guys with interim titles in the division not really looking to fight him, a.k.a. Callum Smith, you know what I'm saying? And him having to go up the cruiserweight just to get an opportunity at some world titles. You got to, I had to give David Benavidez that title, you know what I mean? With Jaron Ennis being an honorable mention as well. Robbery of the year, Gervonta Davis versus Lamar Roach. Come on, y'all. We know that's a layup. Upset of the year, we had a lot of good contestants, but it ended up coming down to Caleb Plant versus Resendiz. Duck of the year, that's going to have to go to Gervonta Davis with that whole Lamar Roach situation, trying to cash out with Jake Paul, and it not working out anyway. Ass whooping of the year, there was a lot of good candidates for this category, but we ended up chalking it up to Shiraz versus Edgar Berlanga. There was also Rayo and Gary Antoine Russell. There was a few of them, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gave that to Edgar Berlanga, man. Yeah, I mean, it might be another one if he fight Armando Resendiz in this upcoming card that's supposed to be going on soon. Fighter of the year, come on, Terrence Crawford, y'all. You know what I mean? One of the biggest wins of this era, you know what I mean? And retiring on top of the game, come on, you got to get at the Terrence Crawford. Fight of the year, there was a lot of good candidates. I personally preferred Subriel Matias versus Albert Puello. There was David Morrell versus Katiev. There was a lot of great fights this year, y'all. A lot of exciting fights, but Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes took the majority of the vote. Knockout of the year. Come on. Brian Norman versus Jen Sasaki. There was a lot of credible ones. Honorable mention, Frank Martin versus Francis Bartholomew. That was a great one as well. And, of course, the Goofy of the year will have to go. And that was a category that we just added in yesterday. So we definitely going to keep that Goofy of the Year award active. That's actually one of my favorites, to be honest with you. And there was a lot of worthy, goofies to, win the award this year. We was looking at T.O., We was looking at Javante Davis, but Auntie Skull with his outlandish accusations would have to take the pie for this category, man. Especially pulling your son out of a fight with JoJo Diaz when the nigga looked like he had like a fucking diaper rash on his hand or some shit, man. Absolutely disgraceful, pitiful, to be honest with you. And yeah, man, shout out to Auntie Skull for really leveling up his goofy this year. You see what I'm saying? But if y'all didn't get to check out, if you want to see the thought process behind this list, if you want to see how, we came about, if you want to see how the votes went, all that good shit, man, go check out the live, man. It was a great one. We actually had a little bit of tension in the building as well. It was a good little back and forth, a little bit of debating and all. We really got into a debate with, the boogeyman of the year. You know what I'm saying? So go check it out. Go check it out. I'm sure you'll be entertained. You know what I mean? If you need something to entertain you while you eating on your work break, if you're going for a walk, whatever, if you're driving and you don't feel like listening to music, go check it out, man. Go check it out. But shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. We got about 15 people in here, man. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? We got some things that we need to discuss. My boy Coffee Plant been busy. He don't fuck with MAZUMA TV no more. God damn. But shout out to him in the building. My boy Yasir Ali says, how do you see this boy Yasir Ali be throwing haymakers with every question? We would never one thing, and I fuck with Yasir, so don't take this as me dissing you or nothing like that. One thing about Yasir, he don't give a fuck what your video title is. He gonna ask you a question. He don't give a fuck if it pertains to the subject or not. He gonna ask that question. And he says, how do you see Keyshawn Davis versus Haney fight since he's moving up to 47? I mean, look, man, I think Keyshawn, in all honesty, needs to worry about 140 pounds because there's plenty of work for him to get into over there, to be real. But if somehow, some way he ends up getting a Devin Haney fight, since he was a former WBO champion and all that good stuff, I don't know. I just feel like Devin Haney's experience would definitely play a part. I think his boxing would definitely play a part. I just see Keyshawn. He's a sound boxer puncher, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He got a little bit of grit. You know what I mean? He got some good timing and shit like that. But I don't know if he's active enough for Devin Haney. I don't think he's experienced enough for Devin Haney. I don't think he's as fast as Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's a bit more intelligent, a bit more experienced, and he's the bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? So taking that, let me see. My fault. I got caught up in the comments. I just don't see Keyshawn beating him. You know what I mean? Keyshawn, talented, you know what I mean? Got some real life issues, to be honest with you, but he's a talented individual. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they move him correct, then he could probably bounce back and get to where he was on his way to going until he did some goofy shit in that De Los Santos fight. You know what I'm saying? Ralphie, my boy R3 in the building said fight of the year for me was Lester Martinez versus Christian and Billy. That was on the board as well. Let's not get that misconstrued. That was on the board. And that was actually one that I was looking at heavily as well. But the people voted, they decided, so I put the vote up. But regardless of how the way you look at it, man, they were great fucking fights, man. You know what I mean? But shout out to Yasir Ali. He had a great question. My boy Coffee Plant said the passport excuse is top tier. That's top tier delusion. Absolutely. Marissa Alvarez, what's going on? Sis, she said, hey, Mark, how are you? Everything's going well. I can't complain. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I wish a happy holidays to everybody that celebrates it. If not, I hope you guys have a beautiful day overall. I hope you guys find positivity. I hope you find peace within yourself. You know what I mean? And I hope you continue, living, fighting the good fight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. My boy RC, what up? RC laughing. What you laughing at, brother? Let me know. Mr. Big Plate Bray, what up? He said Keyshawn Ice Honey Bun Davis. That's a crazy ass middle name. That sounds like some kinky shit, low key. That's what my girl be calling herself. She said they call me Ice Honey Bun. I was like, ooh, why they call you that, baby? And then she do what she do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she be talking about though. She said they call her Lictoria. She said my name Lictoria. I said, oh yeah. Yo, I'm cracking the fuck up. She ain't never say that, dog. Just talking shit. Don't believe that unless it's like if I'm y'all gonna know when I'm trolling. But happy holidays, y'all, for sure. My boy R3 in the building. He said, wow, too much info. Well, it's not too much info because it's false, brother. It's just a joke. R3 said, do you think Richardson Hitchins versus Tito Mercado will be fireworks inside and outside of the ring? Outside of the ring, absolutely. You know, Richardson Hitchins don't like to bite his tongue, and Tito Mercado like to talk that shit. I'm actually trying to find some time to bring Tito Mercado. I hit him up a couple times. He hasn't gotten back to me. I ain't trying to be blowing his DM up neither. So let me see. When was the last time I hit Mercado up? Shit. Might have to hit up his pop. He been a bit busy since his fight. Maybe he taking a little break or whatever the case is. But yeah. I hit him up last Wednesday. He wasn't able to get back to me. You know, when motherfuckers win they fights and shit, they DMs be They DMs be a little hectic. So maybe my DMs got caught up in the the traffic or whatever the case is. But I'm gonna reach out to Tito Mercado. I mean, we got to tap back in and see what's going on with him. You feel what I mean? That was a great performance against motherfucking Antonio Moran. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I think it'll definitely be fire outside of the ring. And, Tito Mercado, he got some qualities that Richardson Hitchins hasn't seen before thus far in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't seen like that explosiveness, that power. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a matter of, can Tito Mercado take Richardson Hitchins' jab away? This is something that I say all the time. Anybody that goes up against Richardson Hitchins, he has one of the best jabs in boxing, y'all. And I honestly think that's his bread and butter. I think that when you take that jab away from him and you force him to fight a fight and not be like super and not allow him to be like super technical as he usually is, and just having him fall into if you able to take the jab away from him and he has to resort to actually fighting you, that's not something that Richardson Hitchins is really comfortable in doing, in my opinion. So if Tito Mercado is able to do that, I think that he can have some success and possibly even beat Hitchins. You know what I'm saying? The one time I seen Richardson Hitchins look vulnerable, it was against a guy who didn't really give a fuck about his boxing ability. Put the pressure, let the hands go on him. And that's why, that was one of his shaky performances. And since then, he hasn't fought a style like that. I think that's very telling. So, and then avoiding guys like Subriel Matias, it's like Hitchins is telling you what his kryptonite is, or, a style that makes him uncomfortable that he doesn't really want to deal with. If Tito Mercado is able to tap into that bag with the speed, the accuracy, the explosiveness, the power that he has, he could really give Hitchins some problems, man. Coffee said, what you doing for Christmas? Oh, nothing, bro. Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? I work tomorrow. I get out early, but I work tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm probably just going to be kicking it. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? You said you're going with your people, right? You going to be with your people? Oh, no, I'll probably make a couple stops. Yeah, I'm probably make a couple stops. Probably stop by the wifey family crib. Probably go to my grandma's, eat some good food. I don't have my son Christmas Eve, but I'm gonna have him Christmas Day. So Christmas Day, that's when I'm gonna be just kicking it with my son, and then I got him the rest of the weekend. So a whole lot of time gonna be spent with the son. How long we been live? Only like 14 minutes, brother. You ain't missed nothing, brother. we just chopping it up. Mr. Big Play Bray says 2025 was a great year for boxing. I think 2026 can be better. I mean, that's a great optimistic approach to have, brother. I want to keep that same mentality as you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Turkey Al-Sheikh keeps giving us all the big fights. You know what I mean? Hopefully these promoters don't heavily rely on Turkey Al-Sheikh to make the big fights. Hopefully they do it on their own. You know what I'm saying? All that, yeah. You know what I mean? I agree, brother. For the most part, I agree. Let me see something real quick. I forgot to put the thumbnail on my video, so let me go ahead and do that. Did I do that? Let me see. I gotta put the thumbnail up because I'll be having homies hitting me up like, yo, why you ain't got no thumbnail on your video, dog? Niggas not gonna want to click that shit, dog. I'm like, all right, my fault. You right. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's it right there. Wait. No, wait. Fuck. Oh, yeah, there it is. My fault, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. We got some things to discuss. Let's go. Let's go. J Cash, what up? We got the people coming in the building. That's what's up. That's what's up. Did I save the changes? What the fuck going on? Man, this StreamYard should be acting funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They've been chilling lately, but sometimes be on some straight bullshit. Be acting funny, bro. I ain't. All right, we figure it out. My boy Slime said, I don't care what Reese say. Worcester taking that belt on the 31st of January. God damn. Let me actually go ahead and pull that up. Let me see. Let me go ahead and pull that up, y'all, because I seen the back and forth that Richardson Hitchins and Jermaine Ortiz had. Let's pull that up. Let me see where Hitchins is at on this John. Is Hitchins? What's Hitchins' Twitter? I don't know his shit. All right, it's right here. So, oh shit, Hitchins just wrote something. Oh, they talking right now. All right, so let's go back to the very beginning. Let me go ahead and share the screen because this is live. This is going on right now. These motherfuckers are sending tweets right now. Hitchins, Jermaine, they talking that shit back and forth. Let's go ahead and see. Somebody, all right, let's see what Jermaine says. So Jermaine took it upon himself to go on social media, the technician. He said, okay. So Jermaine replied to a tweet from, 2 days ago? 1 day ago. He said, so you dodged. Somebody replied to Richardson Hitchins that said, so you dodged Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine replies, he sure is. Somebody wrote to Jermaine and said, thought it was a done deal. Damn. Jermaine said, I thought so too. I signed and found out he no longer wants to fight and didn't sign. So I'm like, damn, what the hell? So Richardson Hitchins replies and he says, I don't know what your manager is telling you, but I signed to fight you January 31st last week. So he telling them, you got me fucked up. Ain't nobody ducking you. Your people must be misinforming you on what's going on because I signed my end. So Jermaine says, so what's going on? You off the card. You the champ. You should be calling the shots. Yet they're looking for another opponent for me. So he's saying that Hitch is not even on the card from whoever he spoke to. He's not even on the card, and they're looking for another opponent for Jermaine Ortiz because Hitchins ain't fighting on that, John. So Hitchins said, hold on. Let me see. Hitchins said, I've been signed to fight this guy last week. I don't know what his people on. His end is telling him, I've been getting ready, and I'm ready to fight today. But let me tell y'all something about that. Hitchins ain't lying. I seen YSM Sports Media do an interview with Richardson Hitchins, and it was in Philadelphia, y'all. Why is Richardson Hitchins in Philadelphia? Why would he ever be in Philadelphia? He was at Jaron Ennis's gym in Northeast Philadelphia. They saying that Richardson Hitchins is going to be here tomorrow in Philadelphia at Jaron Ennis's gym. Now, why would that be? Why would that be? Because he getting ready. And the guys that he's sparring are very similar. Well, in my opinion, at least one of them is similar to Jermaine Ortiz in terms of size. styles. You know what I mean? That quick twitch. That fast twitch, quick. You know what I mean? Athletic, skilled boxers. He sparring them. You know what I'm saying? I think he said he sparred the one dude that I know personally. I forgot the other one he sparred. Oh, and one of Boots' fighters. Not gonna say who. You know what I'm saying? I'll let Richardson Hitchins reveal that if he chooses to. But Richardson Hitchins is getting ready, y'all. He's in Philadelphia, not necessarily like living here or nothing like that. I'm sure he's coming back and forth from New York, but he's coming to Philly right now, sharpening up his game to get ready for Jermaine Ortiz. So I don't understand why Jermaine Ortiz is saying that they're pulling Richardson Hitchins off the card. Richardson Hitchins saying that he signed his contract a week ago, and he says that he's getting ready right now for him. And the motherfucker ain't lying, because why else would you come to Philly and get this and get sparring? For what? Why else would you do it if you ain't got nothing coming up? You feel what I'm saying? So Hitchens ain't lying from that standpoint. Now, I don't know what else is going on behind the scenes. I don't know. But it sounds like they not on the same page. That's just what it sounds like to me. If somebody wrote Richardson Hitchens and said his manager probably skimming money off of the top. Now, I don't know how that even corresponds. One fighter doesn't know what's going on with the fight. You know what I'm saying? The other fighter sounds like he knows what's going on with the fight. I don't know how that equates to his manager skimming something off of the top. Now, Jermaine was like, oh, they only offered me $50,000, and the whole time Hitchens like, yo, we offered you $150,000. Then you can make that assumption like, oh shit, his manager probably skimming something off the top. So that was just a dumbass comment from whoever that person is. But Hitchens says facts. Jermaine DM'd me last week, told me to call him. Heard he was trying to ask me how much I was getting paid. Maybe because his team was taking money off his check and they told him lies. He wanted to come to source. He wanted to come to the source himself. But that's his right as a fighter to ask that, though. So I don't even understand. That's his right to ask that. He should know what he's really getting paid. But it is what it is. What the fuck? Wait. Just like a whole 180 just happened. Richardson just said, I'm not going to discuss what's being said to me on social media. Just know I signed to fight you, and I just got news today. I'm not fighting on January 31st against you anymore. I'm just as lost as you. What the fuck? You said you signed a contract to fight Jermaine Ortiz last week. Now you're not fighting Jermaine Ortiz on that same card anymore. Y'all both lost. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Somebody ain't telling the truth, y'all. Somebody behind the scenes just fucked this fight up. What the fuck? How y'all? How did this even happen? This tweet just came out like 10 minutes ago, by the way. 11 o'clock. It's 11:12. But what the fuck? How did it? What? Wow, that's very disappointing. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me see if Jermaine Ortiz wrote something. Last thing Jermaine said is we could have got on the phone, cleared it up, and made sure the fight happened. Very confusing situation. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Sound like they need to get on that phone and get that shit fixed, because there's no reason why. There's no reason why this fight shouldn't be happening. This is a solid fight, yo. You know, Hitchens can't seem to be getting them fights that he wants. You know, he can't get the TO fights. You know what I mean? He don't want to fight Gary Antoine Russell, but even then, Antoine about to fight Andy Hiroka, from what I understand. You know what I mean? Sue Burrell about to fight Dalton, even though he don't want to fight Sue Burrell for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit going on in that division. You feel me? The champions is occupied. So it's like, what's really going on? I need some information. My boy Justin Jackson in the building said nowadays you just gotta sit back and wait and see with these dudes. I mean, that's a fact, bro, because it's like motherfuckers be saying shit. Niggas be saying shit and then the total opposite happens. How the fuck 4 hours, 2 hours ago, you said you signed to fight him, his manager, I signed to fight him. So you said you signed to fight him. So are you saying that Jermaine Ortiz ain't signed his end? What? There's some confusion going on, y'all. I can't really speak on this until there's some sort of clarity. But it sounds like somebody just blocked this fight from happening. That's what it sounded like to me. But Hitchins just made it clear, I'm not going to discuss what's being said to me on social media. Just know I signed to fight you. And I just got news today. I'm not fighting on January 1st against you anymore. What you mean you just got the news today? Did you get it just now today or earlier today? How could you say you signed to fighting? And you ready to fight now and all this bullshit, but you just said you got news today. You're not fighting on January 31st against Jermaine anymore. What the fuck? Yeah, like some dude wrote something not adding up. That's a fact. Somebody lying. Somebody lying, y'all. So I guess we'll see. Could be the higher ups. One of the fighters probably lying. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody on Jermaine Ortiz's team outpriced Jermaine. Maybe, Richardson Hitchins found a better opponent or maybe a more suitable opponent. Who fucking knows? But I don't know, bro. This is a very confusing situation. I can't really even speak on this shit until, something happens. I really don't know. I'm kind of lost right now. I'm lost just like they are. Richardson Hitchins lost. Jermaine Ortiz lost. I'm lost. Shit, we lost together. I don't know. I guess we just gonna have to let time tell, right? So I'm saying if that fight don't happen, I'm gonna flip out. Yeah, that's a bad. That's a opportunity down the drain for Jermaine, man. That's a fight that he deserves, to be honest. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight at all. But damn, bro, I was looking forward to that. See, that's why as boxing fans, you can't, that's why as boxing fans, you can't really buy too much into what people saying. Anonymous said, man, boxing is annoying as fuck sometimes. Facts. Very, very annoying. Especially when both of that's the most annoying part when like both fighters clearly want to fight each other, but there's motherfuckers who got their hands in the cookie jar that want to convince these fighters not to fight each other or, take another fight and, wait, start this fight out so you can make more money later. It's like, y'all like these motherfuckers, bro. I know they trying to make money like everybody else. They get paid to do a certain job, but it's like, bro, stay the fuck out the way, bro. Don't nobody want to see y'all ugly ass niggas in the mix. Like, just let these niggas do what they do. If they want to fight each other, they feel like the time is right. Ain't nothing more that need to be said. You need to fall back and let these motherfuckers do what they got to do. Even if that means them having conversations, on their own. You got to let these fighters do their thing. Like Manny Pacquiao, Floyd, that shit ain't really start to get into motion until they ran into each other at a basketball game. You feel me? I think that's how it went. They ran into each other at a basketball game. They spoke at a hotel. They was able to get the shit going. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, they seemed like they was at a standstill in negotiations until they spoke to each other over the phone. And then they was able to make the shit happen from there. Like sometimes these managers, these promoters, these advisors, they got to fall back You know what I mean? To let these fighters take control of these negotiations and get this shit done. Hearn about to use Hitchins for the Crocker fight. Hitchins a beat Crocker. Hitchins a definitely beat Crocker. I was watching Crocker real closely. Once I heard that he may possibly fight Devin Haney, I'm like, see what's going on with that. I'm like, let's see what's up with that. I'm like, let's see. So I was watching Crocker, and I'm like, all right, he got a little sneaky left hook. I mean, he got some good counter puncher, but he's not very active. You know what I mean? He got some decent power, but, you know, he's not a high-level boxer, in my opinion. Hitchins will outbox Crocker. Hitchins not going to be there for them counters. Hitchins not the type to overcommit on punches neither. So, yeah, I see Hitchins outboxing Crocker. You know what I mean? And considering the fact that Eddie Hearn just re-signed Richardson Hitchins for however long that deal is, maybe 3 to 5 year deal, who knows? He could afford to get that belt up off of Crocker. You know what I mean? That's an in-house fight. He won't. It'll benefit him more to big up Richardson Hitchins' profile, because then he could be attached to the other guys at 47 like Devin Haney, Brian Norman, you know, who's a former champion, Barrios, you know, possibly Rolly Romero, who knows? You know what I mean? I highly doubt Rolly will want to fight Hitchins neither. But, yeah. I ain't mad at it. So, yeah, man, I guess we just going to have to, you know what? Let me go back to the page and see if anything was said. See if anything was said. It looked like Hitchins deleted that tweet. Hitchins deleted that tweet, yo. That tweet about, oh, I'm just as lost as you. What the fuck is going on, bro? What is going on? He deleted that tweet. What the fuck? Yeah, son ain't right. Son ain't right. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. We're going to move on to the next topic. You know what I mean? Let's talk about what came across my desk with an update really on the Jaron Ennis Vergil Ortiz situation. And apparently, according to Dan Rayfield, there's a little bit of turbulence going on with the Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz negotiations. Let's go ahead and bring that into play. Let's hear what Dan Rayfield has to say about this now, and then we also gonna get into the reply that was put out as well. Let's share the screen. Let's hear what Dan Rayfield has to say. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all go ahead and hit the likes, y'all. Let's get the algorithm on the up. Hit the likes, y'all. Let's hear what Dan Rayfield got to say.
I mean, right now, everything, and I've talked to both sides about this. My understanding is that when it comes to the Matchroom and Boots Ennis, they're good to go. Eddie has been saying that even, you know, for the last month, probably since Boots' last fight. Discussions between Matchroom and Golden Boy, I don't think they have like a signed contract necessarily, but they are definitely on the same page. They understand the parameters, how they're going to do it, what they're going to do, where they're going to do it, all that business. And of course, DAZN, which is the broadcaster for both Golden Boy and for Matchroom, has heavily involved. And I think they've laid out what their perspective is. The issue in making the match is strictly down between Eric Gomez and Oscar De La Hoya from Golden Boy and Rick Meridian, who is the manager for Vergil Ortiz. And they're fighting a bloody war in the boardroom over the money for that fight. And if they can't get it worked out, the fight's not going to happen. And Rick has taken a scorched earth attitude about it. And Oscar and Eric are not going to lay down about it. And they're bickering back and forth like cats and dogs. And hopefully that's just the sort of making of the sausage, and they'll get their shit together and get it done. But I know both of them. I know Eric and Oscar and Rick really well, and they're good at what they do, but they're very, very stubborn people as well. And so sometimes that gets in the way of actually getting a deal done.
All right. I don't know what that making of the sausage metaphor was. I don't know why that was necessary, but regardless, that's what Dan Rayfield had to say. He said that he spoke to both sides of the camp about it. He said Boots, Eddie Hearn, they with the shits. They ready to get this show on the road. The problem that's holding up this fight being made right now is the ongoing issues that's going on between Vergil Ortiz's manager and Vergil Ortiz's promoter. The promoters are, I guess, putting out an amount of money that, Vergil Ortiz's manager isn't too fond of. I guess he feel like the fight is worth more, so they want more money. And listen, as a manager, your sole purpose in this boxing business is to make sure that your fighter could get as much money out of a fight or a situation, endorsement deal, whatever, as possible. Get as much as you can up out of this situation. If a budget is $10 million, you want to get as much, and you the main event, you want to get as much of that fucking budget as you can. You see what I'm saying? And that shit could get really intense. Shit could get really heated between the people. You know what I'm saying? Arguments could be had. Shit, I done heard of motherfuckers getting physical in them offices, but that's just what come with the game at the end of the day, especially when it's a group of men, you know what I'm saying, who, they got a shit ton of money on the line, and, they looking they all looking to get a healthy slice out of the pie. You feel what I'm saying? So I get it. But at the same time, it's like everybody seems to be with the conditions. Everybody seems to be willing to make the fight happen. And every time that y'all seem to be getting closer, you provide another roadblock. You see what I mean? You already publicly discussed wanting 8 figures for the fight. You've publicly criticized the zone executives for putting pressure on y'all to take the Jaron Ennis fight and insinuating that, and this may be just negotiation tactics at the end of the day to try to get more money, but you've alluded to, having more options and wanting to fight different people. We could fight whoever we want to fight. So pretty much was checking these executives like, listen, like y'all motherfuckers ain't about to be, trying to, force us into a fight that, we haven't came to, terms with yet. You know what I'm saying? We can go fight whoever we want to fight. Contractually, you can't make us fight him. So, motherfuckers got to act accordingly. That's how I took that statement. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. This dude, Rick Meridian, he's trying to get every dollar that he can. I'm not knocking it, but at the same time, it's like you pushing the envelope just a little bit too much, where it's looking like you're looking to outprice yourself. So when people walk away, you could be like, "Oh, we wanted to fight. We wanted to fight, but they try to lowball us. They try to pick." No, what you're doing is overpricing yourself. I don't even know what he's asking for, but there's a possibility you may be overpricing yourself, and as a result of that, and that's not being backed by Turkey Al-Sheikh, who doesn't really care to lose money, motherfuckers ain't going to be willing to pay you all that bread because they can't get any type of good feelings or guarantee that they're going to make their return on investment. And none of these promoters are in the game to lose money. So if you asking for $10 million and these promoters feel like they can only make $10 million, is it really worth paying you that much if they're only going to break even? No, they're in the game to make a profit. They're not in the game to take a $2-3 million loss, or they're not in the game to take a dollar loss. It may happen here and there, but that's not what their main objective is. So if they feel like a fight could generate, 25 million or 20 million, whatever the case is, they probably wouldn't mind giving Vergil 10. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, they also got to pay Boots, and maybe Boots wants the same amount. So at the same, who knows? But these promoters ain't in the game to lose money. You asking for 8 figures. Has your fighter shown to be able to generate 8 figures? Absolutely not. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you shooting high to possibly try to get 6, 7, who knows? Maybe 8 million, who knows? But this is definitely a tactic that promoters, fighters, and even managers use to get up out of a situation so they could get easier fights, in my opinion. Just something that I've experienced. Shout out to my boy Slime. with the $2 super chat. He said, acts of war if Hitchins ducks Ortiz. Okay. It's definitely something going on, man. There's somebody that's in the, and this is why I'm not too fond of middlemen. You know what I'm saying? I understand when you coming up, managers are important. Or even when you got a shit ton of money, a manager may be important because they could probably double and triple your bag or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? A manager could be very helpful, but then, you know, when you got promoters, managers, it's really easy to talk to somebody who's, you know, either one of those job titles and they could tell you some false shit and you're not there during the negotiation. So you just got to take their word for it. And the whole time they may be lying to you. Your manager might be lying to you. Your promoter may be lying to you. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We need more information to come out. I'm sure Hitchins will probably do. If YSM is able to catch Hitchins again tomorrow in Philly doing that sparring, I hope YSM is able to ask that question to him so we can get some type of clarification. But I don't know. Hitchins out here deleting tweets like Tank. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm very disappointed. It comes across as very disappointing, though. I ain't going to lie. So far, it seems like we may have very possibly lost this fight. But we'll see. But in other news, Rick Meridian actually came out with a tweet in response to Pound for Pound. He said, no war at all. Talked to Oscar De La Hoya a couple days ago and on the same page and cannot be happier. As far as Eric Gomez, I argue with him about everything from the Bears being a good football team. So every single fight for every single guy, I need more money for it. Usually ends in laughing, fighting, cussing, then laughing, then fighting more, and a hug at the end. I'm happy. I'll sit back and let our promoter do what they need to do. Now, as we are on the same page, I think it gets done. So, you know, Dan Rayfield's out here saying one thing. Rick Meridian is pretty much saying that he's lying. That's not what it is, and he thinks that the fights happen. So we'll see. Hopefully we get that announcement in March. You know what I mean? That's a great fucking fight. That's definitely a Las Vegas fight and shit. Man, I'm going to be celebrating all the way till that fight day because I cannot wait for Jaron Ennis to show the people that he is the absolute truth. Justin said he going to ask YSM to delete the interview. Wow. He better not. He better not. But at least Hitchins, you know, one thing about Hitchins is he a smart motherfucker. I always said that about Hitchins. He's very self-aware. He knows what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? He knows the work that he has to put in order to get past some of these guys. I think Hitchins is, you know, and I'm not saying that boxers are dumb, but I've said this before. I think that Richardson Hitchins is so intelligent, like his self-awareness, like he knows what he can and cannot handle. And I think because of that, him knowing himself really well, he knows what styles he could, you know, dominate and beat clearly. And then, you know, there's styles where he knows he might have a long night, and that's not the fights he's trying to get into right now. So that's what I personally believe. I think he sees certain styles and he'd be like, oh, I don't really want to deal with that style. Like Gary Antoine Russell, Subrel Matias, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like that. But, yeah. That's my observation of Hitchins, though, for sure. Mr. Big Play Bray says Boots needs a backup plan because Oscar is playing games. He may very well possibly be, man. Like Oscar was talking real strange talk after the Lubin fight with Vergil, and he's like, "Oh, Vergil holds all the cards. Vergil is so badass. He's such a badass. He holds all the cards. Yeah." I'm like, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bro. Ain't not one reason you can tell me he held all the cards against Jaron Ennis in negotiations. Can't name not one thing. Can't talk about accolades, ticket sales, none of that. None of that. Them niggas is on the same level as far as I'm concerned. At 54, but Boots is the more accomplished fighter, and he sell more than Vergil. But Vergil holds all the cards. Shit. Okay. Justice said, I guess that's intelligence, but that could be ducking as well. Well, both could be true. You could be very much intelligent and be a duck. You're intelligent enough to know that style won't work out too well for you. So as a result of that, you be on some duck shit. A lot of these ducks are very smart, bro. I'm telling you. Vergil did fight in 3 weight classes, y'all. Sir, he started at 40, went to 47, had health issues, had to jump to 54. Remember that? Oh, man. Yeah, this ain't going to be a long live, dog. I ain't going to lie. I was up till, 2, 3 in the morning last night. Barely slept. Oh, man. You think guys were ducking each other in the 1930s? Ducking has always been a thing, brother. Always been a thing. Even with, Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was boxing in the early 1900s, from what I understand, and he was heavily avoided by them white champions. They didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And then they got put in a position where they had no other choice but to fight him. You feel me? Like motherfuckers like Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries, who was who was a world champion at the time, a white fighter, he ain't want nothing to do with fighting Jack Johnson. And he didn't want to fight black fighters, period. So ducking has always been the thing, even during those times. You know what I mean? You could change the rules, all that. Yeah, them white champions ain't want nothing to do with Jack Johnson. And Jack Johnson was boxing at what time frame? What time frame was that? He was boxing in the late 1800s all the way to the 1900s. He boxed all the way until Jack Johnson, he boxed all the way into the 1930s. Shit. He boxed for how long? He boxed for 34 years, bro. That's crazy. He ended his career. Yeah. He boxed from 1897 to 1931. It's 34 years, bro. A lot of people fear Sam Langford. That's a fact. My boy Justin Jackson said, let me get bet back on Shiraz and Pacheco fight. Who you got? You got Shiraz? You got Shiraz? Y'all niggas taking that Berlanga win and really running with it, huh? One thing about Jack Johnson, though, he let him one thing about Jack Johnson, though, he let them snow bunnies, though. He loved them. That's one thing. He couldn't keep his hands off them white girls, boy. You got Shiraz. I'll pick Pacheco. I'm gonna study a little more though. I'm going to get back to you on that. I might pick Pacheco, though. I think a lot of niggas sleeping on Pacheco, bro. Pacheco had a tougher opponent than Shiraz in their last fights. Sajo would give Berlanga the fucking business, bro. Trust me. Y'all like Resendiz or Berlanga? I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. I think Resendiz, if Berlanga can't hurt Resendiz or land anything clean on him, because Berlanga could punch. If Resendiz is responsible with his defense and he puts that pressure on Berlanga, he could hurt Berlanga. Berlanga ain't got no chin. He don't got a reliable one. I'm gonna say that. I'm not saying he don't got a chin. That's disrespectful. But he ain't got a reliable one where, like, I can't count on him to take a big shot and still, be on solid feet. You feel me? But I'm picking. I think Resendiz could beat him. Resendiz stay responsible with his defense. He let his punches go. Had that same volume that he brought with Caleb Plant. He'll break Berlanga up because Berlanga ain't got no defense. He don't take a punch too well, and he could get stopped. Yo, the stranger, why you was talking about that you was gonna come on here and chop it up with us, but then every time you say that, you ain't nowhere to be found. I thought you was gonna come on here and chop it up with us. You changed your mind. How about who was that dude that said that he was gonna join the live to debate me, but then he said tomorrow? Who was that? Where he at? Shout out to the 42 people that's in the building. Shout out to the 42 people that's in the building. Y'all get the likes up, y'all. Y'all get the likes up. Barak says Pacheco could use his length and movements to outpoint Shiraz. Yeah, I think this fight closer than what people I think that fight's closer than people making it seem. I think it may be a little bit of recency bias involved. Shiraz definitely could beat Pacheco. Like he's good enough to get it done, but I do think that people ain't really putting respect on Pacheco's name because he had a tough fight in his last outing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Shiraz would have did with that motherfucker. That motherfucker was tough, bro. He had some good speed. He was explosive. He was powerful. He took a good punch. I don't know. I need to see that. I'm gonna be rooting for Pacheco though, because I ain't really too fond of Shiraz all like that. I feel like they protecting that boy. Slime said Shiraz more athletic and a killer. Pacheco a killer too, cuz. Don't get it fucked up, bro. Don't get it fucked up. I'm telling you. You gotta go watch it. And what make you feel like Shiraz a killer? Because he beat Berlanga? He beat up on Berlanga and he beat up on Ammo? Where we at with it? Let me know. I'm not saying you wrong for believing that, but tell me why you think that. I don't know. I kind of saw some bitching him in that Adames fight. I ain't gonna lie. I seen some bitching him. They give that boy a fucking gift. Slime said, yo, Mark, if Jermaine and Hitchins fight and Jermaine lose, I'm going to shave my face and go on live cam. Okay. Sounds like a deal, brother. They sound like they ain't going to fight, though, man, so maybe we just talking. He said, yeah, that's why. Because he beat up Berlanga. Oh, my God. Pacheco got in a ring with Berlanga. He will fuck him up, too. Adama is a more complex style. He's slippery. He's more slippery than Pacheco is, but Pacheco is a longer, rangier, rangier fighter who has a good. He got Pacheco could box. I seen Pacheco box this nigga. The fuck is this nigga name? Truck. I seen him box Lorenzo Simpson in the amateurs. That motherfucker Pacheco could box, bro. I was watching it. Let me see if I pull that shit up. I was watching Pacheco. Let me see. They boxed each other in the amateurs, bro. Look at this shit. This was, what year was this? This is 2017. So this was 8 years ago. So let's check this out. Pacheco won and stopped Berlanga. You out your fucking mind, Justin. You out your mind. Man, y'all got, yeah, that's how I know y'all got Pacheco fucked up. I feel like you trying to give me amp so I can do this bet with you. This shit ain't gonna work. Look at Pacheco right here. Good jab. Good jab. Look at that turning. Look at that jab. Look at that. I know this the amateurs, but he boxed the shit out of McCumbie though, Justin. Boxed the shit out of him. Caleb Plant had to fight on the inside. He ain't had to do that. He said, I need my 10 back. This nigga crazy. I feel you, brother. I don't know. You might get another dime took off you. I ain't gonna lie. That was an 8. That was a nice right hand. You see that? See that? Yeah, he had Lorenzo looking stupid in that joint a little bit. And Lorenzo had a good amateur record. Boop! Oh, wee. Right into that, young boy. Beep! Oh. I don't know how they gave Lorenzo this fight, though. I was watching this, John. I'm like, yo, Pacheco ain't lose this, John. He boxing the shit out of Lorenzo, bro. Look at that jab. Lorenzo ain't had no response for that jab. Tying up when he tried to load up. Look at that L step. Hey. 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 Look at that. Let me see what these comments say. See, look. Diego Pacheco la ganó la pelea a Lorenzo Simpson. I thought he beat him. But anyways, that motherfucker could box. Lorenzo, see, that's how you No, 10 is cool. But like I said, let me do a little bit more studying on Shiraz and shit. Let me do a little bit more studying on Shiraz, because if I see some weaknesses in Shiraz that Pacheco happens to be good at exploiting, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I think niggas is really gassing up Shiraz right now because he whooped on Berlanga. Like, everybody knew Berlanga was easy work. That's why everybody was trying to fight him. And that's why Berlanga wasn't trying to fight them, because he knew he was easy work. He knew he was easy work. Yeah, Pacheco lost that John, but I thought he won. And there's a lot of times in the amateurs where a nigga win a fight and they give him the L. Like, I've seen it happen. But it is what it is. So we gonna end this shit by talking about Keyshawn Davis in terms of topics. Then we can get into open boxing topics. That boy Keyshawn Davis came out with the statement. And I could pull up the video. Let me pull up the video because niggas be thinking I'll be good. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you hear that? Keyshawn Davis. Let's pull this up. All right. That boy Keyshawn Davis talking about going up the welterweight.
I'm actually looking at 147.
Oh, so you just skipping? You just gonna jump up too? Okay.
It's the new year. I'm actually looking at a different weight class. I'm actually looking at 147.
Oh, so you just skipping? You just gonna jump up too? Okay.
It's the new year. I'm actually looking.
Well, y'all heard it. Talking about skipping 140 and going to 147. He going to 147. 147. I'm a welterweight. He's looking to go up the welterweight at 147. And he's looking to skip 140. Junior welterweight. He said Tiger will fry him. Oh, shit. Here goes Slime with the Tiger comments. But, nah, for real, though. He talking about going to 147, man. Listen. Keyshawn obviously still ain't doing well from a mental aspect. Don't nobody want to see your dumb ass at 147 pounds. Ain't nobody really gonna want to rumble you at 147. You haven't done anything to make these champions want to fight you. You're not even in demand all like that, brother. Niggas is wanting you to go to 140. You said you was going to 140 after you missed weight against De Los Santos. Talking about you retired and all this bullshit, nigga. Is you retired or not? You know what I'm saying? Jay with a good fucking question. Jay with a good question. He said if he jumping up, what was the point for that whole Hitchins altercation? What was the I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna answer this shit with another question. What was the point of talking shit to Abdullah, talking about fighting him next, or whatever the case is, when your whole intention was to move up to 140 next anyway? So this motherfucker Keyshawn just be talking, bro. He'd talk and then not even follow up on that shit that he said he was talking about. See, that's the difference between Keyshawn and motherfuckers like, David Benavidez. David Benavidez, I'll be like, yo, I want to fight him. And then he will go ahead and make those fights with him or whoever, or at least show effort to. You see what I mean? Devin Haney talking about fighting this motherfucker, and he putting pen to paper, willing to fight these motherfuckers. Like, this dude Keyshawn is the ultimate pump faker. You got all this work at 140 pounds, bro. Look at all of your options. You got the champions. You got Teofimo. You got Gary Antoine Russell. You got fucking Subriel Matias. Who's the other champion I'm missing? You got Richardson Hitchins, the nigga you was just talking crazy to. You got all these champions in the division. You got 4 different champions, 4 different avenues. Shit, you would be in line for Teofimo Lopez's title. Why not just go there? Shakur Stevenson said after he beat Teo, he gonna vacate the title and you'll be able to get it right there. Why are you talking about going to 47? Because Shakur about to be at 40? Like, is y'all niggas that? Like, y'all niggas not brothers, bro. These niggas not brothers, bro. I don't give a fuck what they went through. I don't give a fuck who house they was staying at and who family know who. Man, I know this nigga mother, man. Like, he my brother. All right, did you come from his mother, nigga? Did you come from his mother? Do y'all got the same daddy? Did y'all niggas come out the same sack? Did y'all get pushed out the same pussy? No, y'all niggas ain't fucking brothers. I'm sick of hearing this bullshit, bro. Y'all niggas be trying to play so friendly behind this shit. Like, bro, you couldn't tell niggas like Andre Ward that he had a brother in his division. You couldn't tell niggas like Terrence Crawford he had a brother in his division. If you in the way, you gotta go. You have to go, bro. The fuck is we even talking about? Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford had a good relationship from what I understand. Terrence Crawford was like, yo, I said that I fight everybody in the division except Sean Porter, but Sean Porter wanted to run with me, so I said, let's have it. Like the fuck, like yeah, nigga, like all right, we cool, but you know what I mean, you pull my car, so now we gotta get it. That's how shit's supposed to be. That nigga Keyshawn called Shakur Stevenson he called him and Hitchins lames or weirdos or whatever the case is, and Shakur went completely silent on that. Like, what's up with y'all niggas? Like, what y'all niggas got going on behind the scenes that y'all just so tight, that y'all just so close that there's just no way possible that y'all can fight each other? Like, I seen real homies fight each other, bro. Like, y'all niggas not the exception, bro. What is you talking about going to 47 for? So what happens if Shakur decide to go to 47? You gonna go to 54? You gonna go fight Boots, nigga? Like, what is we talking about? Dust 215 says, I feel you, Mazuma, but I feel like that fight would be more beneficial to them than it would be entertaining to us. Well, when the fuck did Shakur ever give a fuck about entertaining us outside of the Williams Cepeda fight? When Keyshawn ever gave a fuck about what boxing fans wanted? You see what I'm saying? Neither one of them. Keyshawn is called the businessman. Shakur says he don't give a fuck how he win as long as he win. So he not somebody, like, of course it would be beneficial to them. That's all they care. That's all they care about. Shit is being beneficial to them. They're not going to not fight each other because they be like, damn, that's not going to be entertaining for the fans. No, they don't care about that. Man, I hope shit. I don't like that shit. That shit hella corny to me. Keyshawn and Boots will be good for Boots. Boots will beat the dog shit out of Keyshawn, man. That nigga Keyshawn was running around acting like he was scared of Ryan. Yo, that nigga Ryan big, dog. Yo, that nigga Ryan big, dog. Like, nigga, get the fuck off his dick, nigga. What is you talking about? Beat the dog shit. Yes. Will beat the dog shit out of Keyshawn Davis. That nigga better stay far away from Boots. I'm gonna keep it real. There ain't none of these young niggas beating Boots. I've always said that. Ain't none of these young niggas beating Boots. None of these young niggas that we be talking about, Shakur, fucking Dev, ain't none of them. T.O., ain't none of them niggas beating Boots. None of them. Not one. Shakur, especially not Shakur. Shakur, no. Never. That shit ain't working. Keyshawn fighting in February. Wait, Bullies know something. Keyshawn fighting in February. Turkey threw him the bag to go to 47. Ooh. You said you got Dev beating Boots. This nigga Slime smoked hella dick. You out your fucking mind. And we could bet whatever on that. And I ain't even a gambling bull. The day any nigga make a bet with me saying Dev will beat Boots, let's have it. Let's have that bet. I'm taking all of them. I'm taking all of them, bro. You smoking hella dick. That nigga out his mind. Slime just be saying shit just to get a rise out of niggas. That shit, he out his mind. Rouse says Shakur gonna move to 54 at some point. Keyshawn gonna try to go to 60. The lengths they gonna go not to fight each other is wild. Facts. And they, come on, bro. And it's like all Shakur doing is just taking your opportunities anyway. Nigga, you was talking about what in a fight, Tiafimo. You was pushing for that fight. That nigga Shakur took that fight from you. You was talking about going to 140. Shakur beat you to 140. About to get a title at 140 before you do. Like, is he really your brother? Are y'all like that close? Like, is that really your brother? Because if he was really your brother, why he ain't fall back and just let you fight T.O.? That's what I'm saying. Nigga took your whole opportunity. Boots versus Puello would be good. Are you crazy? This nigga trolling. Puello? You talking about Albert Puello? You know what weight Puello fight at? I hope you must be talking about somebody else. Slime, you know what weight Justin, you know what weight Boots fight at? What are you talking about? You trolling? You gotta be trolling. Boots versus Pac, that's crazy. Bully said maybe Shakur told Keyshawn to take care of Devin. So you saying Shakur telling this nigga to jump and Keyshawn saying how high? Shit. Nigga, Puello versus Boots would not be good, bro. That nigga Puello try to stay in his ground with Boots. Boots gonna dice him up. Dice him up. Brotherly love. What you mean? Yeah, they ain't the one. They ain't the brotherly love from Philly though. That's some different shit. Shit. Because in Philly, Boots was trying to fight Danny. Niggas forgot about that. Boots was trying to fight Danny. Danny told them niggas he had never fight Boots. Ain't none of that brotherly love shit over here. Shit, Raymond Ford and Stephen Ford might fight each other soon. That's Camden versus Philly. I could point at Camden from my window right now. That shit right there. I feel like Bullies, if Keyshawn, let's say Keyshawn dead ass serious and he do go to 40, which I don't really think he does. I'd be surprised if he does. But if he goes to 47, the only sanctioning body that's going to give him an opportunity is the WBO. Because that's the one that he got history with. And plus, on top of that, Hitchins was talking about, man, we ain't paying for no fucking belts. Man, we ain't paying for no fucking belts. He ain't pushing no fucking. Why would we gotta pay for belts? So when you saying that, these sanctioning bodies like, so this nigga don't even want to pay us. Oh, all right, cool. Now they not gonna be in the business again, fucked over by you just so you can get a world title. No, you said that shit way too early in your career. Buzz said that shit when he was on his way out. Buzz said fuck them niggas after he left. You feel me? Keyshawn, you in the beginning of your career saying, all right, I ain't paying for these fucking belts. What am I gonna pay for these fucking belts for? Nigga. Now they really not gonna want to give you any type of rankings in they sanctioning body. Stupid ass. No, we talking about Stephen Fulton. It's two scooters, brother. Cool Boy Steps, like his other nickname is Scooter. Miguel in the building. What up, brother? He was on the live last night. Shout out to him. He said, and they was pushing a narrative that Boots ducked Dev. That's not the case at all. I already done talked about this many a times, but Boots was in the process of moving up to 54. They offered the fight to Dev. Dev said yes. Apparently, they said Boots. Boots said, and they wanted it at 47. Boots said no, but you could meet me in the middle at 152 because he probably was putting on this additional weight. He's strength training. Yeah, I mean, he officially moving up to 54. So it's like, I'm not going back down to 47. I moved up. It is what it is. I ain't about to cut all this muscle up off of me now and all this additional weight when he clearly said that he wasn't performing to the best of his ability at that weight anymore. But Dev in his own right was like, no, why would I fight him at 52 when I haven't fought at 47 yet? So it don't even. I don't think anybody avoided anybody. I don't think Dev avoided Boots. I don't think Boots avoided Dev. The timing wasn't right. But let's say in 3 to 4 years, Dev move up to 54, and Boots still happens to be there. And we could talk about it. Then we could seriously talk about it. But until then, there ain't no point in talking about it. They ain't in the same weight division. And Dev trying to do something that was only done by Terrence Crawford thus far at welterweight. That's getting all 4 belts. And I think Dev is fully capable of doing so. I don't see any of the champions in the division beating him. You feel me? I don't see Barrios beating him. I don't see Lewis Crocker beating him. I don't see Rolly Romero beating him. I think he's the best champion at the weight. So we'll see. Lewis Crocker acting like he with the shits that he wanted to unify. Is Eddie Hearn gonna give him the green light? I don't know. I think he'll rather get at somebody who's within his promotional stable. Maybe he'll have Richardson Hitchins move up to 47 and fight Crocker and become a 2-division champion because Crocker not beating Hitchins, y'all. He not. That's a perfect style for, Hitchins to outbox and pick apart type shit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Eddie Hearn is going to be willing to cash out Lewis Crocker this quick. Unless it's just for a crazy amount of money that he can't refuse. You know what I mean? But Dez with Turkey, so it's possible. That's 2-5. Wow, yeah, you being messy, brother. He said, you ever heard anything about B-Hop blocking Philly fighters? I can't definitively say that B-Hop's done that, but I've heard it. One thing I do know is that there's been Philly fighters that were signed with Golden Boy, like Damon Allen. I don't even know what's going on with Damon Allen no more. But he took one loss. He took one loss in the pros, and them Golden Boys dropped him what the white people say, so fast his fucking head a spin. You know what I'm saying? They did that to him. I don't know. Like, B-Hop don't really support the Philly boxing scene. You don't never see him at no fights. He only goes where I guess he on some type shit like Royce the 5'9" said, if he ain't got no business there, he ain't got no business there. So B-Hop probably that same person, like, if it ain't Golden Boy, why the fuck would I be around? Never seen B-Hop at no amateur shows. Like B-Hop could do so much for the city, man. Like, you the greatest fighter to ever come out of Philadelphia, brother. Like, you could do – imagine how big it would be if B-Hop did like group trainings. You know what I'm saying? Or like if B-Hop helped, renovate boxing gyms in the city, or, mentor some fighters, sponsor fighters. Like, he don't give a fuck about none of that. B-Hop don't even live in Philly. You know what I mean? From what I heard, actually I heard him say it out loud. He lives in Delaware. So he don't even be around, brother. Never seen him at no fights. I seen B-Hop training a couple years ago. I seen him training in like 2017 at Joe Hand Gym back when it was at Spring Garden. And he gave me a hard time with the picture, but, at the end of the day, he gave me a picture. So salute to him. But, yeah, B-Hop live in York, PA. That's funny. Nah, he lives in Delaware. Bro, that's what people don't understand is, bro, with Philly, there's literally so many good fighters. They just don't have that exposure. They just don't have them lights on him. Like, bro, there's niggas in these gyms that could really be great fighters. Like, bro, we be having like diamonds in the rough out here. If B-Hop really wanted to, bro, like if he really took the initiative to find, bro, there's a lot of fucking diamonds in the city. You feel me? We're not even about to play with him. We're going to get him the fuck up out of here. There's so many diamonds in the city, bro. There's so many good fighters. B-Hop could really do some phenomenal shit. Like, he can make some world champions up out this city, bro. But that's not what he wants to do. But what I do see is Jaron Ennis signing these kids up out of his gym, like Dennis Thompson, Ishmael, Muhammad. I think that girl that be training with him as well, Brooke Mullen. I think that's her name. No disrespect, but I seen that she's doing business with him as well. Boots is doing a smart thing, y'all. And Boots ain't no fucking hater. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Boots show love to everybody. I never seen Boots throw shade at no nigga. Never. This motherfucker, like, he don't say, me and him don't know each other personally. We ain't never chill, kick it, none of that shit. But Boots always is a cool person. Always show love. Like, yo, Boots, when we gonna get an interview? He was like, oh, I'm a little busy today, but yo, come by the gym, blah, blah, we could get it going. But all right, bet. You see what I'm saying? Took pictures. I think he's gonna be at this award ceremony early January. I think that's actually next week. Shit. Fuck, I gotta figure that out. I want him to take a picture on my son because I know how big Boots is gonna get, and I want my son to look back on some memories like, yo, you took a picture with him, and who knows what my son gonna do in boxing? You feel me? I don't want him to box, but you never know. I would like for Boots to take a picture of my son. I think that'd be dope. But Boots is the man, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Niggas don't even know this. I got a homie by the name of Rich, my Asian homie. His name Rich. He from down South Philly. Boots had a media workout in South Philly, right? And they was doing like the anti-gun violence shit and all that. And Boots did a media workout over there. He did some pad work. His fighter Dennis Thompson did some media workouts. It was before the Lima fight. And my homie makes T-shirts. Like, he makes like those those shirts that are like have like a celebrity on it, and it'll be like a couple different pictures of them. I think it's called like a bootleg T-shirt, right? And he made a fire ass shirt for Jaron Ennis, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I'm not gonna sell it. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to do none of that, but I want to get this shirt to him to like push my brand." So I said, "Bro, just come to the media workout. I'll make sure that he get the T-shirt." So he came out with me. He was there for like an hour and a half and shit. It started to drizzle a little bit. I'm like, oh, man, we're going to have to get up out of here. I had my son with me. So Boots looked right at me. He like, yo, what's up? He spotted me in the crowd. I'm like, yo, bro, come over here real quick. So he come over. I fucking get a shirt to him. I said, yo, my homie made this shirt for you, bro. He wants you to have it. He was like, bet. So he took a picture with the shirt. He put it in his book bag. He continued training. He was like, man, what you think he gonna throw that shirt away? I said, Boots ain't gonna throw that shirt away, bro. Especially when he sees a shirt specifically made for him. Bro, I kid you not. YSM Sports Media dropped like a strength training workout he did, and he had the shirt on. I sent it to my homie. He was like, bro, he got the fucking shirt on. I was like, bro, I told you. Like, Boots is the man, bro. Like, he showed love. You feel what I'm saying? J-Day said used to play Xbox when he right. Me and him played 2K back when I was young. This had to be like 2019 type shit. We played 2K, and we was going back and forth and shit, and I had lagged out. So he posted me on his story like, yo, man, like I rage quit or something. I was like, nigga, it was the beginning of the game. I rage quit. I think the score was like 6-4 or some shit like that. I think he was up by like a bucket. And he was like, yo, what happened, bro? I was like, bro, I lagged out, nigga. I'm in the hood. We fucking poor, nigga. We ain't had the best Wi-Fi, nigga. It's like, the fuck. So, yeah, we played before. I think that was PlayStation. That was PS4. Because when I signed in on my PS5, me and him still friends on there. I still got Boots. Yo, wouldn't it be fire? Wouldn't it be fire if I bought that Undisputed game and I played Boots on Undisputed on the PS5 and streamed that shit on YouTube? That'd be fire. I remember me and him was talking shit back and forth. He was like, yo, watch him out. Yo, chill, bro. Chill. Watch him out. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Cash out, nigga. I was drawn. I'm gonna figure something out. A lot of these boxers, because one thing I noticed, and watch, these niggas gonna try to take my idea or something. A lot of these boxers, they gamers. That's what I noticed. Like, I be seeing Shakur, Crawford, Boot. I don't know, but I ain't really see Boots playing lately. But a lot of boxers I know, they fuck with video games. So I don't know. Maybe I could do something. Nigga, he said lagging out in the first quarter is crazy, bro. Like I said, nigga, he was poor. Nigga, I was poor growing up, nigga. We ain't had the best situation. You know what I mean? Niggas wasn't paying for that expensive Wi-Fi. You feel me? Niggas was on welfare. Ralph, what's going on? You having a seizure or something, brother? What Ralph got going on? But anyways, we spoke about everything basically, man. We ain't got much info on the Hitchins, Jermaine Ortiz situation. We'll figure that out more in due time. We don't have much info on the Ennis Vergil situation. This nigga said well-fi. That's fucking hilarious. You gotta write that down. That was a good one. I guess we're gonna get more information on Ennis versus Vergil. Money drama. We gonna see what's going on with that. And Keyshawn talking about he going to 147, and that's just goofy behavior for real. I don't really fuck with that at all. But if you do go to 47, go ahead and fight them niggas that's in your stable, brother. You know what I mean? Go get you a fight with Brian Norman. Go get you a fight with Rohan Polanco. You know what I mean? Get you some motherfuckers in that division. You know what I mean? You beat them motherfuckers, and it's like, all right. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dev probably gonna have to see you. If you beat Rohan Polanco, if you beat either one of them, then yeah, all right. If you beat Brian Norman, if you knock out Brian Norman, oh shit, oh yeah, Dev gonna have to see you. If you go ahead and you beat up on Rohan Polanco, all right, yeah, Dev might have to see you. But I don't know, bro. I don't really see what other fight would make sense at 47 for Keyshawn when there's so many big fights that he can make at 140. Yo, Tito Mercado calling you out. Nigga call you a hoe every chance he get. He said bro's mom was trying to use the phone when he was trying to play Boots. Nah, I didn't. We didn't even have a home phone. We didn't have a house phone. Why no one want to fight Karen? Yeah, they seen the problems. They seen his toolbox, bro. Niggas don't want to see Karen for real. Karen could fight, bro. That motherfucker could fight. Y'all could play with him, act like, you know what I mean? Because he got a weird name or whatever. He ain't like that or whatever. Go fight that nigga. Karen could rumble. He tough. He durable. You see what I'm saying? He got dimensions to his game. He could box. He could brawl. He could bring the fight to you. He could box you. Come in great shape. Karen could rumble. Chukazan, that nigga could fight. I want to see Giasov fight. Giasov been cashing out without even rumbling. That nigga be taking all types of step aside. He be like, yeah. Because what they'll do is, look at it this way, y'all. Boxing is wear and tear, right? That's a tough sport. Imagine a nigga, especially if you only in it for the money. Let's say like your true ambitions. Let's say your true ambitions in the sport is to make money. Like you want some Jaron Ennis shit. You want money. And these niggas like, yo, I know you in line for my title right now, but like we trying to get this fight going. This is going to make us a lot more money than fighting you. So let's go ahead and give you $500,000 step aside money, and we could put you on our undercard. Shit. If you win it just for the money, you're going to take that $500,000, rumble, and make even more money? Because that they not giving you that $500,000 to fight. They giving you that $500,000 to step aside, and they throwing you on a card. So you're going to make that $500,000 on the side. And let's say you make another $100,000 to go fight somebody that's like in your sanctioning body or something. Like, bro, that's an easy $600,000, and you're not even a big name. You're not a champion. You're not a superstar. You ain't none of that. That's easy money. Victor Posu was taking step aside money for Danny for a hot minute. Like, Bully said, everyone wants to fight tailor-made fights, flat-footed Hispanics. Well, Hitchins don't want to fight no flat-footed Hispanics, especially if they put pressure. He want motherfuckers who want to box with him so he could pick him apart. But I hear what you're saying, though. The ones who limited in, offense. Well, limited in their boxing ability, period. Giasov got 3 million followers on Instagram. What the hell? I just checked. He may be very popular where he's from. That's possible. The nigga who fought Subriel Matias, the boy Ergashev, that nigga had like 1 million followers. And I'm like, how? But you know what I mean? Shit, it'd be a whole different world out there in these different countries, bro. Like, you could be unknown here, but over there you could be a god. Like, that's just how that shit be working. Like they said, anyway, like really like him over there. Over here, niggas not gonna, like, a majority of people over here ain't gonna recognize anyway. David Benavidez never got step aside from the WBC. Well, it's not the sanctioning bodies that give you step aside money, it's the fighter. But because the WBC never and I personally believe Benavidez wasn't taking step aside money anyway. He was like, nah, fuck the money. You're going to have to fight me. That's just the type boy Benavidez is, because he's not really all about the money. Benavidez said he'd been getting money since he was 20 years old when he won his first world title. You know what I mean? He driven by more than money. So that's a different situation. But like I said, if you're in the game just to make some good money, you know what I mean, to feed your family, then you're going to take that step aside. You telling me that you're going to give me and that's just a number. I don't know what the number is. You're going to give me $500,000 to sit my ass down and not fight? I'm taking that. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to see this money again. But I know y'all wire that shit to my motherfucking bank account if I agree. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I came from nothing. I'm going to take this $500,000. This $500,000 enough to set me up for life. I could get some property. I could get some rental properties. But this $500,000, I could make this money work for me. So there's that. Bully said they was going to mandate the fight, and he moved up right before it happened. Bullies, how long was he waiting, Bullies? And then on top of that, what's the guarantee? Then they say they said, and I could pull up articles where they said they was going to mandate the fight on multiple occasions and never did. I remember there was a situation where they said, I remember like late last year, they said they was going to mandate the fight in March. March came around, they never mandated it. So there was a lot of empty promises. You feel what I'm saying? But I just found it funny how they did it so fast for Dimitri Bivol at 175, but they was pushing that shit back, delaying it for Canelo Alvarez. It just goes to show that, the WBC want specific people to have their titles. That's what it is. Did you see that Inoue is not a fan of Bam? He shouldn't be. That's a possible opponent. See, that's the problem. All these niggas fans of each other. All these niggas want to be friends. Fuck everybody. You feel what I'm saying? That's what Benavidez said. Benavidez said, fuck everybody. Fuck your family. Fuck you. Fuck your dog. Fuck your cat. Like, that's the mentality that you gotta have, man. If you a possible op, I don't fuck with you. There's no use in us being friends. For what? I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to whoop your ass. Like, Inoue shouldn't be fond of Bam, and Bam shouldn't be fond of Inoue. Junto shouldn't be fond of Inoue. Inoue shouldn't be fond of Junto. Junto shouldn't be fond of Bam. Bam shouldn't be fond of Junto. It is what it is. Y'all can show each other love after the fight. You know what I mean? Probably be friends when y'all retire, but right now, nah, shit. That beef too close, man. It's not like street beef or nothing like that, but from a competitive standpoint, yeah, you know what I mean? You think you fucking with me. I think you not. You know what I mean? I think I'm better than you. And I want to prove it. Ooh-wee. This nigga Justice said, imagine an NUA came out and said, Jew to my brother and we not fighting. That's some whole shit. I'm glad they ain't got that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he ain't got that mentality. That mentality is so toxic to the sport, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like this nigga Keyshawn was ranked. He was ranked in the WBC. He was ranked in the WBC at 35. They try to ignore that shit. This nigga Hitchins told Keyshawn that his face Shakur better than you. He just stood there like what? Do we want to see Keyshawn and Shakur fight? Yes. Yes. I wanted to see that shit when he was ranked in his sanctioning body, bro. Yeah. That'd be a great fucking fight. That would be a great fight. There's a demand for that. That's why people, if you notice, they always asking Shakur about fighting Keyshawn. No, that's my brother. No, that's my brother. They always asking Keyshawn about fighting Shakur. That's my brother, man. That's my brother, man. Like, he know my mom. Like, no. Like Mike Tyson said, if you love me, you fight me so I could make a living for me and my family. I remember he said that. Then Mike Tyson said he fought his best man or some shit, or he fought a nigga, he was his best man in the wedding or some crazy shit like that. Who was that? Who was that? He said like Tubbs or something like that. Tony Tubbs. Let me see. Who was that? Yeah, I think he said something about Tony Tubbs. Yeah, Mike Tyson was the best man at Tony Tubbs' wedding, bro. You know how close somebody got to be to you to be your fucking best man in the wedding? And this was before they fight in 1988. They fought each other. Yo, so check this out. So this wasn't after they fought each other. Before they fought, this nigga Mike Tyson was Tony Tubbs' best man in a wedding. And this nigga Tony Tubbs talking about, yo, like, I need a big fight. Like, can you fight me? Blah, blah. I need to support my family. Mike was like, yeah, I'll fight you. And they proceeded and Mike proceeded to beat the dog shit out of him. Wasn't nothing personal, but they fighters. That's why when Mike Tyson be talking about, bro, like, these boxers, man, they businessmen nowadays. I was a killer. It's a difference. It's a difference, bro. It's like these little niggas, they too emotional nowadays. They just want to, you know what I mean? If they fight each other and somebody lose, somebody going to be sorry and that's going to taint their friendship. Like this nigga, Mike Tyson beat the fuck out of Tony Tubbs, bro. Beat the fuck out of him after he was his best man in the wedding and there was no hard feelings. They still good friends to this day. Can't make this shit up, bro. thought wasn't Zab Judah and Floyd cool before they fought each other? Yeah. I wasn't sleeping, y'all. I was reading something on my phone. Mickey Ward is actually Gotti Jr. goddad. Yeah, man. Shit weird out here, bro. This a weird generation of young wolves. They saying Jake and AJ did 33 mil. What, views? Because it wasn't Boz, it was Netflix. So we must be talking about views. If that's the case, that's what's up. 33 million niggas watch Jake Paul get his shit broke. Yeah, like I said. Yo, you know what's funny, bro? Y'all remember that live I did where I said boxing is healing? I've seen a few niggas taking that angle. Remember where y'all heard it first? I heard somebody very respected in the boxing community like, oh, yeah, boxing's healing. And I'm like, what? Like, I made that headline up. I ain't see nobody. I typed it right before just to see if anybody said it. Ain't nobody say that shit. Now they saying that shit. I was like, nigga, if you don't go to fuck ahead, let me taking my lines, nigga. I ain't no trendsetter, but nigga, don't be dicky in my points or stealing my shit verbatim, nigga. Nigga, come on, make it up in your own way. You can take the same approach, use your own words, nigga. They stealing Mark whole flow, bar for bar. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all in the chat who it was. I'm like, nigga, fuck out of here. Yeah, word for word, bar for bar. Yeah, he tripping. He stole my whole fucking flow. I might have to add that as an audio in my John. I might have to add that as an audio.
Let's go, champ. That's right. The real champ. Look at you. You up there shivering. Let's go, champ. I'm the champ, and you the joke.
This shit, nigga.
I'm the champ, and you the joke.
Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
Nigga said, bet you could put you in the arm bar. Nigga, shut up, nigga. The only bars you know is chocolate, nigga. Shut your fat ass up. Yo, these audio Johns making me laugh.
Shut up, bitch.
But anyways, man, y'all got any open boxing topics for your boy before I get up out of here, man? Let me know. We had some good viewership today. I mean, I appreciate you guys very much. Oh, how many subscribers we are from this goal? We got 8 more subs, y'all. 8 more subs. Yes, sir. Like I said, if y'all ain't check out that last live, if you ain't check out the live last night, go check it out, man. We did our MAZUMA TV awards. You know what I mean? That shit was on, it was popping, it was lit. It was on, it was popping, it was lit. Yes, sir. Fucked with it. Joseph Parker versus Dubois. That should be made. Yeah. I fuck with it. I like that fight. Should have happened before, but unfortunately, Daniel Dubois had gotten sick. They had to pull him out. But yeah, I mean, they both coming off of losses and shit like that. Me personally, I would like to see them both get back in the winning column. Who's coming back in 2026? Jermell Charlo. I think he comes back in 2026. Keith Thurman, even though he fought Brock Jarvis, but you know what I mean. I think Keith Thurman coming back around the block. Possibly Errol Spence. I don't know when, but possibly. I think Deontay Wilder returns. Shit, if they send Bud the right money, he might come back. Who else? I think Dimitri Bivol comes back, of course. And these ain't long layoffs, but I'm just saying, like, matter of fact, let me focus on dudes who coming off long layoffs. Andy Ruiz. I think Andy Ruiz comes back in 2026. It looked like he got that itch to come back. I don't know. Who coming off a long layoff? Man? Some quiet motherfuckers out here, though. Carmel. Does Cody Crawley come back? I don't know. That boy had eye surgery. You know, them detached retinas, they ain't no joke, bro. They ain't no joke. Them Jones can end your career. I knew somebody personally. He was a close friend of mine at one point in time. He had to retire from the pros because he had a detached retina. And he got to wear, like, special glasses because he can't see out that eye that well. Yeah. Detached retinas ain't no joke. That could be a career ender. Dubois versus Andy Ruiz. Shit, that's a fight nobody asked for, but I would watch that shit. That'll be lit. Andy got a chin. He got hand speed, but he a little rusty right now. Dubois probably a hurt dude. I would like to see Daniel Dubois and Gerald Miller rematch, but with Gerald Miller being in shape. You feel me? Like, Gerald Miller came in on some last minute shit. And Gerald Miller, I feel like if he was in better shape, he probably would have beat Dubois. Dubois was breaking down, y'all. The difference was Dubois hit that second wind, and Gerald Miller didn't. And Gerald Miller, I mean, I think he fell off of like accumulation and just being exhausted, but he was taking Dubois punches really well. I would like to see Gerald Miller and Dubois rematch, but I need to see Gerald Miller get active. I was watching the other day just to laugh and shit. I like watching old Jones. I seen Gerald Miller and Anthony Joshua arguing at their press conference before Gerald Miller tested positive. That nigga AJ was like, "I'm your landlord. You need to pay your rent." Talking about Gerald Miller's mom and shit. Like, AJ was in rare form that press conference. "I'm your landlord." So what the fuck? Your mother thinks I'm cute. Like, what, yo? Both big babies fighting each other would be lit. Jaron Miller will fuck Jared Anderson up. That's what I think. I think he'll bully him. I think Jared Miller will bully him. He'll beat up Jared Anderson. I don't think Jared Anderson got the punch to keep Jared Miller up off him. I heard they were supposed to fight, but I don't know. Somebody pulled out. I think Jared pulled out. Slime said, I want to see Anderson get packed up one more time. That's crazy. Anonymous said Bacoli need to rematch a Jogwa. Facts. You got to get that back. We need to see Bacoli do a 180, man. That motherfucker got satisfied after that Jared Anderson win, and he started acting like ain't shit matter no more. You shouldn't have never fought Joseph Parker on 24 hours notice. You wasn't in shape. You wasn't ready. Then when you fought F.A. at Jogba, you look like dog shit. So that's another problem. You could have beat F.A. You had F.A. looking like Guillermo Rigondeaux in that motherfucker giving you a boxing lesson. You feel what I'm saying? You lucky they gave you a draw, nigga. So you need to go ahead and get that back. First of all, you need to go ahead and take care of the cokehead Joseph Parker because he had you tap dancing in that ring with that right hand on your forehead. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta go ahead and get that back. Go get that fade back with that fade Jogba. You know what I'm saying? Get that back. Then once you get them 2 wins, now you're talking about being back in title contention. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit right. Bacoli could really be a problem for a lot of these guys, bro. He's strong. He fast. He got some sneaky little counters. You feel what I'm saying? He could be a problem. Niggas was calling him an African George Foreman after he whooped Jaron Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you getting compared to an all-time great. You got to live up to that shit. You want to see Edwin and Ryo return 2026 as well? A rematch at 140 will be lit. I want to see Edwin at 40, man. I don't want to see him at 35. I think he's going to get himself hurt, man. I think he'll seriously get hurt. He stay at 35, he going to get in trouble, man. He fight another puncher like him or something. That like 35 look like that shit killed Edwin. Edwin way too small. I mean, way too drained at 35, bro. That shit don't look healthy at all. That shit remind me of Conor McGregor. You seen Conor McGregor look crazy after the weigh-ins? Bro, I remember when he was fighting at 145. That was like the worst weight cut I ever seen, like in my life. Boxing or MMA. Like, he didn't even look like himself. Hold on. Look at this shit. Huh? Who the fuck is that? This was the worst weight cut I ever seen. Bro, y'all know what Conor looked like. Who the fuck is this?
I am not sure. I don't know. The emotions, at the weigh-in, I kind of let the emotions roll because in the fight,
Bro, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that guy? That's Conor? Bro, I would never know that's Conor if he didn't speak. And even then, his voice looked like, it sounded like all high-pitched as shit. That nigga done took every ounce of water out of his body to make 145, bro. Crazy. Look like a dead man. No weight cuts make niggas look like totally different human beings, like unrecognizable. Look at this shit.
I stopped them, so I don't know.
What's it like hearing all these people? It's like we're in Dublin again, right?
It's unbelievable. It's the Dublin show all over.
Bro, and then I remember that fight. He beat the dog shit out of the boy after that. But what's so crazy is Conor would look like that at the weigh-ins, then in the ring look like himself again. So I'm like, oh, this nigga got to be fucking with IVs or something. Like, ain't no way you that drained and then you able to replenish that quick within 24 hours like that. Like, y'all niggas is probably getting 3 bags of saline or something. Y'all, there ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. But anyways, that's the worst weight cut I ever seen. Edwin was starting to look like that. Devin Haney started to look like that at the end of 35 too. When them cheekbones start showing, bro, it's raps, bro. It's raps. Like, leave that shit. When them cheekbones start sinking in all crazy, your eyes look all pale. Yeah, bro. Like, remember Jalil Haggett, how the way he looked with Pete Dobson? Pete Dobson, like, nigga, your lips white as shit, nigga. Like, nigga, you starving, nigga. Jalil Haggett was killing himself. Let's see. But I'm about to call it wraps, y'all. Y'all got any last questions before I get up out of here? let me know. I'm about to go lay down with my son. You know what I'm saying? Get ready to start my Christmas Eve. But once you an adult, it ain't about you no more, niggas. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure your gifts wrapped. You gotta make sure your gifts right. You know what I mean? You gotta see family. Some family you don't even want to see for real. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Gotta worry about that shit. That shit. My son getting all these gifts, bro. 2 times of the year, bro. Whenever it's my son's birthday, I be getting hella gifts. I remember my son's birthday last year. The chat bought everything. What beats a motherfucker with exceptional timing? A motherfucker who is able to throw off that exceptional timing. You know what I'm saying? So there's ways to, you know, the only way to really get somebody out of there, because part of having exceptional timing, a lot of that shit, in my opinion, is rhythm based. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a level of unpredictability when you in there with somebody who has exceptional timing. If you're unpredictable in there, it's gonna be hard for that guy with the exceptional timing to see exactly what openings you're gonna leave. You're gonna give them a hard time in knowing what punch they should be able to put out there. You know what I mean? That's why feints are always very important. You know what I'm saying? Some in and out movement. You feel what I'm saying? Varying your jab, switching up your punch combinations. If you have a level of unpredictability, somebody with exceptional timing is going to have a hard time, in my opinion, implementing a style against you. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, with the feints and shit like that, to throw off the person's timing. Another way you could discourage somebody with exceptional timing is finding ways to counter their counter. You see what I mean? And you're gonna have to do a little bit of thinking in there. But let's say, for instance, that person with exceptional timing is looking for that left hook, right? You want to give them the impression that the left hook is there so they could go ahead and shoot it. But you got to be ready to neutralize that left hook, get out of the way of that left hook, and make him pay for throwing it. So if it's a situation where somebody with that exceptional timing is slipping your jab on the inside and coming up with the left hook, right? What you want to do is there's a few things you could do to get out of range of the left hook. You could pull, you could roll, you could take that half step back. You feel what I mean? There's a variety of things that you could do to neutralize that left hook. But the key is creating offense after you make them miss. You make them miss, you make them pay, right? If you put in an exceptional counterpuncher's mind that every time that their counters aren't working, that's when they could become gun shy. That's when they could become desperate, and you can continue having your way offensively. You see what I'm saying? Let me see who that is. Pound for pound. Pound for pound. Salute, brother. He said, fan of the channel, my brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I think this may be the person that I just showed their channel. I just showed their Twitter on my page. I don't know if that's the same person or what, but if you're the one who has that Twitter account, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I think I just showed like one of your tweets on the page. I don't know, maybe. But salute, brother. Thank you. But yeah, that's what beats a motherfucker with exceptional time and a motherfucker who has a level. Okay, it's your page. Salute, brother. Thank you, man. I was just I was tapping in with your page to read what you had to say about was it Keyshawn going to 47? It was one of these Johns in my title. So salute, brother. That's what throws off, and I'm glad you asked that, Mardo, because a lot of people don't really ask me like technical boxing questions. A lot of people would just be wanting to know what I think as a fan and not as a coach. So it's cool to get coaching questions sometimes. But yeah, that's what beats somebody with exceptional timing. Don't give them anything that they're capable of timing. Got to be unpredictable. Like I remember when Holyfield was trying to play the counter punch and roll against Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis was shooting a 1-2, he got a read for what Evander was trying to do, and he said, what did he do? He switched up the 1-2 to a 2-1. You know what I mean? He was shooting the jab right hand, shooting the jab right hand. You know, Holyfield was starting to get a timing of it. Lennox Lewis, being the intelligent fighter that he is, noticed that. So he said, you know what? Let me disrupt this timing. Let me shoot the 2-1. Right hand, go back to the jab. 2-1, 2-1. Now I'm mixing in the 1-2. Now you really don't know what I'm about. You don't know how I'm gonna start this combination now, brother. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hope that helps, man. I hope that helps. And when you watch like Danny Garcia, I look at him as somebody who has exceptional timing. I think his counter punching was like his best attribute, in my opinion. When he fought guys like Keith Thurman knew exactly what to do. He went first and third. So he'll lead. He'll see what Danny will try to throw in between his punches. He'll make a miss. Then he'll fire off the third and get the better of the exchange. You see what I'm saying? Like, and he used his feet and stuff like that to, you know, get that shit done. But yeah. Any style could be beat. There's a way. That's what makes boxing so beautiful. There's not one definitive style that just trumps everybody else's style. The boxer can be beat. The boxer puncher can be beat. The pressure fighter can be beat. The counter puncher can be beat. The defensive fighter can be beat. Like the well-rounded fighters can be beat. If you got a little bit of everything, you still could lose. It's just that's how the game goes. The power puncher can be beat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't not one motherfucker walking this planet that, you know, couldn't be beat. No matter, anybody could be beat in boxing. So that's how I'm going to end this live, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love as always. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'll be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,200 mark. I think we're about 8 subs away from the 3,300 mark. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.